Hello, Andrew Twelftree here. Now, today we're going to talk about how to contact people and have that initial conversation to find out, one, if they're looking, and two, if they're open to looking at what we've got. So what I'll do is we're going to run through several different scenarios. All right. First of all is the scenario where you've just joined and you've got a whole bunch of people that you know that you haven't contacted or haven't done anything with. How do you reach out to them? All right, they know you already. So let's share the screen. Okay, and we'll go to, can you read that? Hot market text.
Yes.
Yep, all right. So this is a 3-text strategy for people that you know. So people can get in their phone or in their Facebook friends or, you know, TikTok friends or whatever whatever social media, people that know them. All right. You can go, hey, Tracy, I'm just starting a new project. I could really use your help. It's very simple. Text me back so I can give you some details. That's it. You say that to your friends. What are they going to do? Text you back and find out what you want. Yeah. Aren't they? It's pretty simple, all right? Now, the next text, I need 10 people to run through my automated information system. Register a free account and maybe buy a few tokens and give me some feedback on the process. Right? I'm borderline there where they even say buy a few tokens. Maybe even just, I want 10 people to run through my automated information system and maybe register a free account and give me some feedback on the process. All right, you want it to sound simple. All right, and yes, I've already changed that. I'm not even going to put that in. Yeah. All right, in fact, I'm going to take this out because you want it simple. X. All right, I need 10 people to run through my automated information system, maybe register a free account and give me some feedback on the process with one and. Can I count on you to be one of my 10? Let me know. Now, if you're friends, you ask that, you're not asking them to anything, they just run through an automated system and maybe register a free account. You could even go one less than that and not even say about the free account.
Would you tell them about the 8 rules of a private investor gift?
No, all you're trying to do is get their buy-in to be one of your 10 as a friend at this stage. You're not trying to, I'm bordering on whether you should even say register a free account. All right, I need 10 people to run through my automated information system and give me some feedback on the process. Maybe even take that out, that one. We'll put that in blue maybe to say, all right, can I count on you to be one of your 10? Because all you want is the buy-in from them to be one of your 10 people helping you out. Now, can you send that to 50 people? They don't know you've sent it to 50 and not 10. All right. So, and then once they say, yeah, sure. Right, here's the system. Now that's my Diva Link system. All right. It'll ask you a couple of questions, then share a couple of short videos. All right. And I would even, I'd even take that out. Because you want it to sound simple. We'd love to get together to get your feedback on the process. Message me when you're done. All right, it's got to sound simple. Now, does that seem fairly easy? Do you think new people getting started could, they're not even making a phone call. This is sending a message or a text message. Do you reckon they'd do that?
I would do that for my friends.
Yep. It's fairly simple. Now, considering they've just seen there, they can see a light at the end of the tunnel. They've got a vision of where their life could be heading. You know, they've got a way out now of their problems in life with all the pandemic going on around their ears. Okay, there it is. There's the hot market. So when you I've done a presentation called onboarding presentation, right, where we walk people through, finding their whoop, right? What one wish would they want to? Yeah, absolutely. Take a screenshot or photo of that, guys. I'll actually unmute it. What's the one wish people want? All right, and make sure it's not to be 6 inches taller or have a bigger feet or anything like that. Make sure it's something money can actually buy. Okay, and then do what are the what was it? What's the obstacles? Why can't you get that right now? Most people say, limited income in a job, limited hours, not enough time, not enough money, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. So you get their pains as well, all right? What would be the outcome? How would you feel if you actually achieved that one thing? And then you emotionalize that dream, that wish, all right?
Do you have that written out any place too?
It's the Fraser Brooks training. Well, one, it's in the back of the Diva system. All right. Oh God, now I've got to find. So my computer shut down. All my little notes and things have shut down with it. Hang on.
So is this there also? Or is this you?
Hang on, just let me find what I need to find. Okay.
Dibsy.
Dibsy's sitting there stroking his cat, is he?
Yeah.
We won't go into that. That could go spiral out of control, that one. Right, in the chat, I'm going to put in some links. All right, they're training videos. All right, now the how to use Diva with social media, great video. Well, they're all great videos. Establish your unstoppable why is the one I'm talking about now.
Oh, I have.
Okay.
Okay. Have those.
Okay, and I've also done one called oh God, where is it now? That's the question. The onboarding presentation is this video.
Let's see. No,
Because when you start someone, it's another presentation. All right. And it's something you can do. Now, obviously you can see there, I've got it on a sheet where it's in 9 steps. So once you get people set up, hang on. Now my computer's frozen. Hang on. Come on, computer. Right, and to finish off WHOOP, the P stands for what's your current plan to make it happen, and most people don't have one. All right, so which really reinforces their decision to join our team. You know, so oh, my computer seriously has frozen. Can you hear me, guys, or not?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just have to wait for a minute then. Oh, got no mouse, got nothing.
Computer's gone on strike.
It has. I'm surprised you guys can still see me because it is frozen, stalled. Oh, Taskmaster. All right, well, I've got it back, I think. Well, there we go. Good save. All right, I need to go and find that document, wherever it is. My apologies, guys. I would have had all this open and ready, but when I went to go on the computer, it was off. Normally, you just open the lid and go. Drive. Yeah. Onboarding presentation. Okay. So you just need to make a copy of that. That's the onboarding presentation, which is this one. So you make sure everyone's in and signed up and done all the paperwork, so to speak. Then you go through your steps. Your unstoppable why, the road to independence. You know what your goal should be to become independent, right? How to communicate in assignments. All right, we give you an assignment, you go and do it, and then you come back. All right. What we do. Okay, that's where you give us a bit of a rundown of what we have, what we do. All right, which has kind of done that in the 5 key elements presentation that we do. Okay. But that's where you can really sell the company and where we're heading, the vision. Right, you've got to set expectations and say, look, it's not going to happen in 5 minutes. You're going to have to put a bit of work in, and you'll be underpaid, and ultimately you'll get paid what you're worth, and then you'll be overpaid for a long period of time if you do the work. Okay. And the other one is that you go, oh, hang on, where is it? You're basically letting them know that I will help. I'm not going to build it for you. You build your business, I will help. Right? So that you don't become their servant. All right? If you know what I mean. You're there to help, answer any questions, but they're there to build their own business. Does that make sense? And then you've got to build the unshakable belief. That's where you list off all the stuff we've got. All right? The importance of events. And I'm going to give the Italy event another plug today. All right, get your tickets for that. Right, then the launch. Then you talk about, right, here's where we want to get this out to 10 people as quick as we can. All right, and you only say 10 initially because you want people to not see a bigger number and go, I can't do that, and stop without even starting. You say, right, let's get it out to 10 people. You get them to start sending out the 10 messages saying, hey, I need your help. And they start getting responses back by the time they've got to the end of the 10. Right, and then they'll be encouraged to keep going. Right, well, let's get another 5 out. Let's get another 5 out. And as we work through, you start getting the second ones back. You start sending those messages out as well. I said, oh, let's get a few more of the initial ones out while we're sending these out. And then suddenly you're going to get some ones that come back and say, yeah, sure, what have you got? So you start getting people into the Diva system as you're sending more people out. Once you get that process, they start to see it's working, then it'll snowball. They'll keep going, keep getting Divas out. And from that, they'll get signups. Okay, that's the process. Now, it's worth your time spending it with the new person to get them a win. All right. If they're sending out messages like crazy, stay with them, right, and help them. Because imagine if you get them, right, and you train them up so they now know exactly what the process is. You send out those messages. When they come back, you send out that message. When it comes back, send out that message. And then you get the onboarding presentation. Now, your ultimate goal would be to have your brand new person sponsor somebody, right? They're all fired up. That's where in a three-way call, you do the onboarding presentation for the new person while the new person watches. Does that make sense? So you've sponsored Tracy, and Tracy sent a few messages, and all of a sudden she sponsored Dibsy. Now I'm doing an onboarding presentation with Dibsy while Tracy's watching me. And I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with her. And she's going to go, okay, he did exactly what he did with me. Oh, go figure. Right, so we're training Tracy while we're getting Dibsy on board, trying to send out, finding out his, go back to step one. All right. What's his why? What's it? And you go through the same process. All right. So I'm training Tracy day one on how to duplicate. All right, how cool is that? So we kind of got a little bit off track, but that's what happens when you do there. So the next we were going to do, now that's the warm market. That's how to get the brand new people off to a flyer. Now, guys, if you want fast growth and massive duplication in your team, learn that and the onboarding presentation. Okay. So once you've been through your warm market, there's no one left to talk to, then you're down to cold market and acquaintances. Now, mind you, there's probably people you can think of and dig out of your phone from 5 years ago that you haven't talked to that are still, they're not friends, but they know you. So they're acquaintances. All right. It's a similar process, but you've got to break the ice, right, and rekindle the relationship a little bit first. So cold contact and acquaintances are fairly similar, although the acquaintances are easier because you've got a head start. Okay. If we scroll down here, with cold contacts, you can go around and search on Facebook and or LinkedIn for someone that you think would be good for you in your business. You're not going to contact someone that you wouldn't want to work with, right? There's enough information on there to know. Now, way to do that is what I call spidering on Facebook and or other social medias and or LinkedIn. You can do something similar, but you can use the search tool on that. So with Facebook, one, you'd want to have a somewhat professional banner and profile. Okay, so here's mine, just for an example, right? From engineer to entrepreneur. All right, so it's pretty catchy. Now that cost me $30 to get done on Fiverr. All right, I gave him 1, 2, 3 photos and said, I want this, with this kind of text on it. Right, and bang, there it was. So, and I put that on Facebook, and you're going to say, I want a Facebook, I want a Twitter, I want a Instagram banner, and they'll make it up in the right sizes for you. All right. Then you put your mission statement. You want that to be professional, on a mission to help people escape the voluntary slavery of the system. Ask how and follow me. So that's pretty catchy, isn't it? All right. No, don't everyone have that, but come up with your own. Right, then in your profile, now granted, I haven't been posting as much as I should be lately, but I'll ramp that up soon. But you have a bit of a lifestyle stuff, right? That's the fire pit we made in the backyard. We gave it a run the other night. Right, now in the background, you can see the pool. You can see the big, veranda we've got next to the pool. Okay. You see all these photos over here? Yeah, there's one of me on stage, or a couple of me on stage, a couple of us in a fancy movie theatre, some rank up like Alex and Brenda there, all right? Us riding an elephant, that's intentional. That's showing that you've got a bit of lifestyle stuff. Now, if you haven't been on stage, that's fine. Just do some really cool photos there, all right? Then you come down. Now, I said, warning, someone's copied my account. Look at that one. The old Genius of Finance game. That was cool. Okay. Lifestyle shots. All right, the pool. But when we get down a little bit further, isn't it amazing when you start getting some of this stuff? When people come back and say that. That's choke up kind of stuff. All right. That's when Brenda and I met in, where were we there? Belarus. And then you get down into the content, right, where you've got the trainings. Oh, that was a birthday message from Cherry May. Lifestyle stuff. The zoo around the corner here. All right, so you get down in there. There is content in there somewhere, right, where you do short 3 to 5 minute videos. Okay, that Christmas message one was a Christmas message. It also had some training in it. Okay. Leadership is not a rank, pin, or income. It's the ability to raise people up to reach their full potential. Start today. That's just a quote that I sort of saw somewhere. I put my spin on it. Did that. Okay. Tracy's story. I shared that. That was when Tracy came out from being a shy little person into a leader. So not came out for any other reason. But yeah, so back into the training. 3 steps on how to realize your dream. Right? Just a little 3 to 5 minute video. Look at the content. 50 comments, 4 shares, 40 odd. Right? So that's back. Oh, there's a fishing shot of me. Prove them wrong. Right? You get a lot of reaction on some of these things. The only person you should compare yourself with is the one you used to be, or you used to be. So improve on yourself. Oh, you got your hand up, Karen, for any reason?
Yeah, so I had a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
On the photos, how do you control what photo goes in there?
In here,
Where it says photos?
you used to be able to set them. But I think they're ones that are tagged. Now, if you don't want certain videos there, I think you can actually hide the tag.
Okay.
All right. I think that you have to fiddle around with it. You can do it. I'm pretty sure because
Okay.
I've obviously got
So-
that one and that one in there, which I did intentionally, and the elephant one.
Yeah.
Mm.
'Cause sometimes I wire people money and that shows up in there. It's like, I don't want that there.
Yeah, hide it.
And then
Yeah.
the other thing is if we set up a new Facebook page, we should let each other know. So then we go in and like the page, get the likes build up, and then, you know, if somebody's got a positive thing to say,
Yep. But
they
this is
can
my
add
personal
those. So we
profile.
can-
This
Yeah,
is
I
my
love
personal
that one.
profile. That's a good one, isn't it? Believe in yourself, where a little
Yeah.
kitten's looking and sees a tiger.
Yeah.
All right. You know, and swapping out your profile picture every now and again is really good because you get a lot of reaction from it. You know, a lot of people like it, lots of comments. All right. We don't do it every hour, but you know, every 2-3 days or something, you can swap it out and you get another dose of that. So that's your profile, guys. Is, you know, it just has to look neat and professional. And as I said, as you can see, I haven't been posting as much as I should have been. But But once you get back down into here, that's where it gets to the content where you get a lot of reactions, a lot of comments, right? Now, ideally, you can get these quotes and all that there if you're not good on camera. Videos are more powerful. And you think, oh, I couldn't do a video. You should have seen my first ones. They were atrocious, all right? And here's the thing. If you don't want to do them live, you don't have to. You can turn where's your phone? Here, look, see this thing here? You get that, you turn it on, you do your little password thing, and down here, there's a little thing that looks like a camera. You click on that, okay? Then you move it over to video, and then you push the little red button, and you turn it around and you talk to it, okay? Now, if you suck, there's a little button with it looks like a bin, okay? You push the bin and go okay, and no one ever gets to see it, okay? So you can record 50 videos and no one ever sees it, but they don't have to be perfect. You don't want to be bumbling like a complete idiot, but you know, if you fumble on a few words, that's just natural. If they see that, they'll go, oh, they're just having a go, right? It doesn't have to be the smooth, salesy, you know, no ums and ahs or okays or rights. You know, I say that way too often. Okay, all right. But it doesn't have to be perfect because some people just need to see your message. They might hear the same thing from me, but when they hear it from you, it sinks in. Does that make sense? So little 3 to 5 minute messages. Now, what do you do content on? Right, what do I do up here? 3 steps on how to realize your dream. Okay, I just, you know, you can look around to different leaders around the place, grab ideas. You can go 3 steps on how to do that, 5 steps on how to contact. There's 1 secret that'll change everything. You have a little catchy headline. Okay, now who wants the real trick on how to get a good headline? I've done an article on it on my blog for starters, headlines that do whatever, but if we go to andrew12tree.com, if it's still there, yes it is. All right, if you go down the 3rd one there, awesome trick to write headlines that convert. Oh, wait, okay.
So where was that?
On my website, but it's broken. I've got a black screen. I'll have to get that looked at. All right, I might go copy link address and just put that straight in. I don't know why it's going black screen on me.
Okay.
All right, so headlines that work, okay? There's a little video there and a link to AM Institute headline. Now that's, I don't know why that's doing that. So obviously when you click a link, all right, AM Institute headline. Headline analyzer, I'll go fine with that. So if you go headline analyzer, it's the aminstitute.com. Right, and you can type your headline in there like 2 secret Right, 2 secret strategies to sponsor online. Submit for analysis. And what it'll do is it'll give you a score. Oh, look at that.
Woo!
71.43 straight up. Right, anything over 20 is good.
Okay.
And I just nailed one at 71%. So if you go 2 secret strategies to sponsor on demand, and you come, a networker reads that, they are going to be compelled to click on it. All right. Now all you need to do is find 2 secret strategies that give them some value. All right. Go watch, Eric Worre, Ray Higdon, someone like that. Work out, a couple of secret strategies that you can share in 2 or 3 minutes that people will get value from. Okay. So I've done a few headlines over my time. That's why I had an idea that might have been all right. But, words like, people like lists, like 3 of this, 5 of that, two ways to do this. They also like secrets, strategies, all right? And, don't make every headline like that, but, you could do, 2 killer scripts that will entice people to look at your business or something like that, So there we go, Advanced Marketing Institute. You can just search that on Google and use that. But that's just nailed the example right there. People will be who are networkers, because networkers want to sponsor on demand, don't they? They will be compelled to click that. They're going to be looking at it and go, no, and then click it anyway. Okay, they won't be able to get away from it. It's not like it's not like when a dog sees something he doesn't like. I know Rexy yesterday, we wanted him to do something. I called him over, and then all of a sudden he's like skidding on the concrete, trying to like push himself away with this fear look on his face. It's not like that. It's the opposite of that. So there we go. That's how to get headline. And then with the content, just do it. I tell you, when you break the ice and do a video, because you can record a video and stream it to Facebook Live. A recorded video. Did you know that? I've actually got a YouTube video on my channel that shows you how to do that with a program called OBS, Online Broadcast System. Tracy, you got a question?
Not a question as such. I just wanted to share with people. I watched a Fraser Brooks video the other day, and his headline is "How to Reach the Top in Your Network Market Business Fast." Right?
Mm.
So, of course, being a network marketer, what did I do? I clicked on it. And it's not what you think it is. He then goes about saying how this story about how you've been given an invite to come to the penthouse of the top leader in your company, and they live at the top of this multi-story building, and there's like 500 stairs and an elevator and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get there, and the person, the doorman, rolls out the red carpet when you say you're there to meet your recruiter at the top of the penthouse, and he gives you all red carpet access, and you walk past the first lift and he goes, "Oh no, you can't get there." And then you go past the second lift and he goes, "Oh no, there's no access to the top floor from there." And then he takes you to the stairs. He said that's the only access up to the top recruiter, and you have to climb the stairs. And the message of that is you can't go from just joining to being the number one in your company. You've got to climb each stair as you go, and sometimes you run out of breath and you sort of stay on that stair for a while. It's a brilliant video. I can share it if you like.
Yep.
But his headline was completely different to what his content
It was a bit of clickbait, was it?
Yeah, it was.
But
so
did you
funny.
get value from that? Because you just shared it with us, you obviously did.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's the whole point. With that, you've got to provide value. Now, Tracy, you could do that. You could do your spin off that story. You know,
Yes.
that's the whole point. When you watch something of value, make a note of it. I've got a pile of notes under one of these piles here somewhere of videos I can make. Whenever I get an idea, I write it down. Right? Or whenever I see someone else's video, I make a note of what the headline was and and the bullet points so that I can put my spin on that.
Right.
Learn and teach. Learn something and teach it. Someone said chat.
It didn't copy. Hang on. I've just recopied what I copied of yours. I'm not sure why the video's not copying.
All right. So what we were going to talk about quickly before we go, because this was about contacting. We've gone off on a spiral a couple of times. So when you find people now, how to find people on Facebook? Go and search network marketing. Find somebody that looks like they would be good in your team. Okay, and you send them a friend request and you send them a message, like you comment on a couple of their posts. Not great post, actually do an intelligent comment, okay, of a few words or a sentence or two, because it'll give them, because whenever they get a comment, they get a notification. And if they get a love or like or something on one, never just like stuff, either love it or wow or something like that. Give them something more than just a thumbs up, okay? And then go and post that. Now, obviously, make sure they're not in your company already, right? So you go and do a couple of posts, right? You add them as a friend, and then you send them a personal message. Now, the personal message will be something like this, all right? Hope you're safe and well despite COVID-19 or in these crazy times. I actually use this one. Hope you feel it keeping safe in these crazy times. I saw your profile, or I came across your profile, saw that we appear to have some mutual connections on LinkedIn or Facebook, right? And was interested to connect with you and see what possibilities we might explore, right? Something simple like that. Now that's pretty much copy and paste, but I always put their name in it, so it's different. Now what you do is once you go there, you go and look at his posts, and then you see all the different comments. Now, if they're commenting on his stuff, would they be something? Would they be similar kinds of people? So then you go and look at someone who's commented on one of his posts and do the same thing, right? Then you go and find someone who's commented on one of their posts, and you spider from one person to the next. And you're not going through one person and going through all their contacts. You grab him, then one of them, go over here, one of them, go over there, right? Now, sooner or later, you'll get stuck and you can't find anyone to message from there. So you come back, go another one, and go again. Does that make sense, guys? Can we get some ones in the chat if that makes sense? All right, because once you're into the networking sphere, all right, so we've got some comments coming in, all right, and someone comes in, now you wouldn't be doing it to mine because we're in the same company, obviously, but if you come down here, all right, all right, so there's only a couple of comments on that. Let's get to one where there's some more comments. All right, so this one here, there's 9 comments. So you can come down here and say, right, these are all obviously networkers, okay? You might go, who can I pick on? All right, let's go this one. All right, and then you go right click, open a new tab. All right, then you come over and look at this person. All right, he's got a nice profile, got a plane, all right. Look at what he's got to say down here. Social media strategist, right? So he's someone that you'd probably contact. All right, so then you go off and do that. So then you look down to here and you say, what's he bought? A lawnmower and blower vac or something? Cat tree. Yeah, you might just make a couple of little comments. He's obviously not a big networker. But then you make a couple of comments. Obviously he's into Tron something. All right. So you go and do that and message him. Yes, Karen.
I got to make notes when I have questions. Oh,
Wow.
you had almost 3,000 friend contacts. What do you do, or do you do anything to try and stay in touch with those 3,000?
You know, there's a really cool strategy for that. When they have their birthdays, they tell you who's had their birthdays. Just say, hi, you know, haven't contacted you for a while. Saw you had a birthday, thought I'd say hi. If you do that every day, you go through your 5,000 friends, don't you, in a year?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so it might be, you know, 10 a day. You might send 10 messages a day and then say, oh, look, we should catch up at some point. And just by doing that, and if they say thanks, guess what starts appearing in their newsfeed? Your content, because you've connected again.
Ah,
Okay.
How clever is that? All right.
that's really clever.
Okay. So if you start doing that, yep, your stuff will start popping up in their feed, and they might see, you know, one of your trainings. All right. Now, guys, what business are we in? Not the name, all right?
People business.
The people business, yep. And we're
Network
about
marketing.
this. This is our mission. We're on a mission to help people escape the system, aren't we? We're there to give them a way out. And isn't it, with the pandemic all the way around, isn't it more important than ever than to earn from home? Right? There's more people than ever looking right now. So you could do some content based around that. You know, how you know, two ways to earn from home so you don't have to go to the office. You could do that and put your spin on something there. Now, it's not a sales pitch, it's a story. So you're not trying to sell the business. In fact, you don't even want to say the business name. You can say, hey, look, there is different ways. You can say three strategies. You could trade from home. You could do, I don't know what it is, surveys or something, or you could go out there and develop an online business. But when you talk about that, there are a lot of businesses out there that aren't kosher, right? There is certain business strategies. We call it a dual income business model, right? And people who are looking, they might go, oh, I don't want to trade. I don't know how to trade. Oh, surveys. But this online business thing, right? You might be able to gain some comments there. And then you'd have a little, you know, comment below for more information. Okay? You might want to, and it's definitely not a sales pitch. You're not there to say our business does this, our business does that, all right? Because that's what the third-party tools are for. Your job is to raise curiosity. That's all. And you want to raise enough curiosity so that they will have to message you to ask you what it is. All right? Now, when you tell a story, all right, everyone's got their story. Now, this will be one of your videos, your story. 3, 4, 5 minutes, okay? Life sucked. All right, if you look at my engineering story, early mornings, long commutes, stressful day, no time with the family, living paycheck to paycheck. They're the bullet points. You've heard my story, 5:30, slam the thing, all right? Then I found, and now you don't have to have the results, all right? You just have to feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's allowing me to spend more time at home and see the family. I'm starting to replace my income. All right, I can drop back on. So any story that you tell, and you should be compiling stories, is suck, what I found, and that's just a name, you're not explaining it, how I feel about the future. That's a story, no matter what topic you're doing, okay? And that could be, look, what I found is in certain business models, I've been involved in some product ones, I found that as time goes by, people dropped out after 2 or 3 months. And I found that I couldn't keep up putting enough people in to make a business of any size. I struggled, right? Then I found the dual income business model that is, you know, regulated, where everyone makes money and nobody ever quits. I thought, I couldn't believe it. Okay, see the story? Stark, what I found, what, you know, the result, the transformation. So it's a matter just of running around and watching different content and putting your spin on it. Okay, Karen again. No? Karen frozen or asleep. All right. So guys, back to this because we've been on for an hour already. Wow. All right. There's your initial message out. Now, after that, once you've sent an initial message out and they respond, here's your goal: to make a friend. All right. Now you can do that in a few minutes or a handful of messages. What's the basics of it? What's the first thing you got to make people do if you're trying to make a friend? Break their state, make them laugh. Right. Even if it's under their breath, if you tell a corny joke, you've just broken their state. You've made them laugh, right? And then find 3 things in common and they'll like you. Simple as that. All right. Now you can do that in 1, 2, 3. You share a bit of your story and they'll share a bit back, right? You don't want to be becoming besties over 6 months and then hit them up for your business. You just want to do some real quick, couple of there, and then say, listen, in the conversation, they'll come back with, yeah, life sucks, or I've struggled. So, or the other way, they might be high flying, right? Or either they appear they're high flying. Then you can go the question, all right? There's 2 ways you can do it. Hey, you said you've got all this. I might have an answer for you. Or hang on, I've skipped it. Remember the 2-line script? When they say stuff that they don't like, you say, how are you going to fix that? Remember, first line, what you do is you subconsciously turn their brain on. They're now looking for a solution. All right, and then you say, well, with all that, I might have an answer. And they'll go, what is it? And you'll go, I'm just getting started. I can't even try and explain that. I've got a little information system that'll, ask you a couple of questions and share the information. So you'll get that. You're happy to have a look at that. Simple there. So you don't explain it. You let the tools explain it. And there's a reason behind that. If you try and explain it, they will think they have to. And you'll get the I'm not a salesman objection every time. Okay. So that's the process. Then you follow them up. Now with the Diva system, it's simple because you know when they've been through it. All right. And if they haven't been through it after a day or 2, you say, I notice you haven't been through. Did the link actually work or was there a problem with it? Okay. You've got an easy out. And if people are ghosting you, there's a good training from Fraser Books. I'll put it in the chat up higher. All you do is you go and change the color of the chat. You change the color from blue to green. They get a notification on that and you don't have to say anything. All right. So there you go. Now this document here is in the High Speed Team, the Facebook group.
Oh, Andrew?
Yes.
So on the people who are doing well, you can ask them about if they're concerned about inflation. Because this is one of the most conservative places where they can put their money.
Yep.
To secure it and protect it against that. I looked at it. I made a list of about 7 different target questions or target audiences. And you just got to know, who are you talking to? What is their need? And meet their need. When you find a way to meet people's need, then you will make a profit.
Have you got a way to get your money working for you instead of spending it all on Rolexes and cars? Have you got a way of investing it? Right.
Yeah.
There's several different bait questions you can do in there for a high flyer, because guys, the high flyers, they'll be probably just as more likely to look at it than people who aren't doing so good.
Right.
all right? And they've got the money to splash on it, but you've got to approach them with the right way.
Right.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing, guys, with conversations, we'll kind of wind this up. It's been, I don't know, I think it's been a little bit valuable today. With this, when you're having conversations, you're going to mess some up. You're going to say the wrong thing and they'll stop chatting to you, right? You know that, right? But it's a learning experience. When you do that, you go, ooh, okay. And if I do that, where I try to tell a joke and it comes off wrong, right, I say, I think I crossed a line there. Oops, that's my dry sense of humour, right? And then they quite often come back and say, yeah, you did. And I said, oh, sorry. But from that, you've just made a stronger relationship. All right, even in the mess ups, you can come back from that. Okay, and guys, it's just a matter of having conversations, and as you do, you'll get better at it. Don't worry if you mess it up and say the wrong thing, or see if they're open too early or whatever, because there's so many billion people in the world. Okay, you will get better. Your conversions will increase as time goes by, as long as you do it often enough. Now, the way to get to more interested people early is to combine one, messaging, reaching out to new people one by one, and two, create content to attract your target audience to you. So I would do a bit of both. So you'd say, right, I want to do a quote and I want to do a video every day or every couple of days, or provide valuable content every day. So a couple of times a day on your social media, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever, just do a couple of posts. Now, that doesn't have to take too long. Now, granted, when you get started, you go, oh, what do I say? Right, we've all been through that. Go find something from a leader, learn from it, and then teach it for your videos. Two simple scripts that will change things in your business. All right. Just a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. Okay. And quotes. People love quotes, but don't just copy and paste. Put your own little emoticons and if you do that, you'll get a lot of reaction. And in between, right, you want to splat lifestyle photos and things. Right, now you don't have to be standing in front of the Eiffel Tower. Right, you could go out in your garden, right, pick a nice little spot next to some flowers and do a selfie like this from a different angle, and it looks cool. Right, and that's a lifestyle shot. You don't have to have fancy stuff for traveling the world, because you can't these days, but you can take cool photos and bang them in there. All right, and every now and again, every 4 or 5 posts, you put a business one in there, which will be a curiosity post. Okay, which isn't telling them about the business or giving them the business name. It's a story. Now, do I need to try and find a curiosity post? Hang on a sec. I'll do it from the photos I can come back and find. All right. All right, here's a curiosity post. I'm just going to go and pop a few in there so you can have an idea of what they are. There's one. Let me go through. I'll find another one. This was a good one. That was a good one. Screen share. See the photo of the bloke with the money on the top dangling $1 and all of the slaves underneath, right? Who's ever felt like this, right? Now, we might spend a quick minute on here. See that? Who's ever felt like this? That's called a hook, right? You felt like one of those guys just carrying the fat slob on top, right, with all the money, doing all the work. Now everyone's felt like that. Then people look at that photo and it's pretty catchy. They read that, busting your butt, chasing a dream, but finding out most of your work is building someone else's. All right, now where it says see more on your feed, so what should you change? Question mark. And then on the normal feed, that's where the see more would be. You know, the see more, like read the rest of the post. So there's a hook, some pain, and here's what you should change. And there's it's called an open loop. You've asked a question that people want to know the answer for, and it's not there. So how do they get the answer? They click see more. All right. Then they go, I don't know about you, but when I was working as an engineer, does that sound like the start of a story? It does, doesn't it? You tell the story. When I was working as an engineer, you've dragged them in, now you're telling a story, and people will sit there and read a story to find out the answer. All right. Survival mode, not for me, sorry, I felt like I was owned, right? I tried everything, blah, 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 right? Have a read of that. It's pain, suck, and then I found dream, 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 dream. And people want to know the answer. And guess what they get? All right, it's a long one, but if people read the bottom and comment wealth in the comments, and I'll hook you up some information. All right, now that's a long one. That took me a while to write, but I've used that or something similar several times over the time. You don't ever throw that away. So you've got that one. Let's go look for some others. Not sure if that was one or not. Time to get back on the horse. That was a funny one. Here's one. Secret to escape financial hardship and get your piece of the pie. And look at the pie, $1 with $100 notes inside it. So many families are doing it tough in the current economic climate, living paycheck to paycheck with no end in sight. Right? And I've lined that up, say, how can you escape the 9-to-5 grind and create some wealth? ... See more. Okay? And you've got the story there. Now that's a shorter version of the other one. Okay? But that's a curiosity post. I don't tell them what the company name is. They can't search it. They have to ask you, if they read that, they have to ask you for more information. So there's a couple of examples of curiosity posts, guys. Now you mix that up against quotes, training videos, lifestyle photos, and the odd business post in the middle. All right, and you'll get leads coming to you. So that the more of that you create, the more people come to you, the less you have to contact people one by one. All right, so it's a good balance. You do your one-to-one to get along the way. When you start, you've got to go through your warm market. with, hey, can you give me a hand? Once you've been through that, you can always follow them up, all right, with people that you said you'd have your list there. You go back to them and say, hey, we've had a great new advancement, or this just happened, or we've got a new project. All right. Now, come this weekend, we might be able to go back to all our existing members and 2 people that haven't joined yet, and let them know about the digital guarantees or whatever they're going to share with us on the weekend. Okay. You can always go back and redo that, but do a combination. Say, right, I'm going to do 2 posts a day. Now, whether it's a quote and a photo, or a photo and a video, right? Now guys, with the video, once you break the ice, once you just overcome your fear of doing it, and it might take a couple of goes. The first live one is going to be nerve-wracking, but just do it and get it out of the way. All right? You know it's going to be so-so, but it doesn't matter because people need to hear your message. If you can get there and all you've got is a list of ideas, just grab an idea, go, all right, this is what it's going to be about, click live and just talk. Don't waffle on, get to the point, have it structured. You give them a bit of a hook, which is the headline, a little bit of a story about what they're going to do, and at the end you have a call to action. If you liked what you saw today, like and share it, or not like, love and share it, and put a comment below. Right? If it's just a training one, because all you want to do is get people to share that, because you're not pitching them on stuff every time. Just do content. People will share your content. You'll reach more people. Okay. So on that, guys, that's a good strategy to do. Now, as I said, I haven't been posting anywhere near as much as I need to. So I reckon after Sunday, the Italy event, I'm going to ramp this thing up, because I reckon we'll have something to run with. And guys, that vision of us, going out there and making squillions of dollars, because we've all got a lot of tokens, or a good percentage of us have got a lot of tokens. Wouldn't it be easier just to make those tokens worth something rather than sit there and go and start again? I mean, seriously, you got more chance of becoming a multi-millionaire with this than anything else. All right. But what I think on the weekend is we'll have something to sink our teeth into and to run with. Once you've got that and we combine it with a promotion, which we're working on as in the Ambassadors Council, this thing's going to ignite. And when this thing ignites and these tokens go from 2 or 3 cents up to 50 and $1, who'd be happy when the price gets to $1 a token? Hello? All right. Now, you're all saying, where's the dividends? The exchange fees and the payment gateway fees. Now, the exchange, when it starts ramping up and we start getting other STO tokens on there, and people start coming from outside, and we're turning over millions of dollars every day, they're going to add up. I think the turnover of Binance, for example, now that's only 5 years old. I think it's in the billions of dollars a day, which would give them millions in earnings every day. Start sharing some of that out in dividends. Now, the banks, when you move money around the world, like Western Union, all right, or PayPal, they get anywhere between 1 and 4% of every transaction. Anytime you move something anywhere. We did a transaction, someone sent me $100 to buy some USDU last night on PayPal. My end, it cost me 3%. Their end, it cost them $5. So they actually got 8% out of $100 transferred. Now, even if we got half of that or some of that with the payment gateway system, now we know that more and more credit cards will work over time. People send Bitcoin in there, transfer it to USD, all that. There's money going all different directions in there. It's going over here. Now, we're also white labeling that. We're saying, here's a payment gateway system. Use it for your company and we'll get the 1%, 2% fees. That will be dividends as well. Okay. So that's where all the dividends are going to come from. And then the restaurants will kick in and the trading will kick in and the UGAIN will kick in. The digital guarantees will be part owners of that as well. Off we go. All we need to do is create some demand. Create some demand. And that's our job. But to do that, we need something new and exciting to run with. And guess what? This Saturday, I think we're going to get it. All right. So if you haven't yet got your streaming ticket for the Italy event, do so. The information on how to get it and what you get is in the news feed in the Everage tab. It'll be down 3 or 4 articles now, but it's there. So go there, read it, and just follow your instructions on how to get your ticket. You can actually send credits from your back office if you want to. Okay. So guys, it's been a good call. Hopefully you got some value out of that. I've actually recorded it. I might put it up on the channel. And Thursday, we're going to do the same thing, but with more targeting on duplication. And we're going to cross over a little bit of what we've trained today, but it is what it is. So if we can get some basic skills up and running, ready for next week when we're going to have to jiggle the presentation a little bit, I think, the 5 key elements, and just be ready to go. Because these meetings, if we can get excited and start bringing new people to them and off we go, it's just a way of launching your business, okay, in combination with the Diva system, okay. So on that, guys, let's call it a day. We've been on for over an hour now. So everyone be awesome, laugh loud, laugh long, and live life to the fullest. And we'll see you on Thursday night. Catch you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Giddy up.
Yep.
Bye.